So, are you ready for the prompt for your final paper or final exam or final assignment? It's the last thing you're going to do. Let's talk about it. The final paper is the rhetorical essay. Your job is to do your own writing process from what you've learned, do your pre-write, rough draft, and turn in to me your final draft. The rhetorical essay is a 5-paragraph essay, and it is based on rhetoric. And let's go to the assignment. Bam, here we are. So it's an argument essay. It's also an argument. Most things that you do from here on out will be arguments throughout your academic career. There is a philosophy that says that everything is an argument, from the color shirt that you're wearing, the kind of car you drive, to how you walk. Everything is an argument, and it's made to, or meant to, make other people think or feel something than what they might feel or think otherwise. So I'm going to give you an overview about the paper, and then we'll talk about rhetoric. And then there's a video that I'll like you to watch that tends to burn what rhetoric is into everybody's minds. And I'll talk about that a little later. So the essay is a 5-paragraph essay, as usual. Now this essay, your essay, the rhetorical essay, the topic of it should be the same topic as your critical essay. So whatever the topic is for your critical essay, whatever you're writing about, keep that same topic and just move the topic into the rhetorical essay. And this is also an exercise in making arguments in different ways. So we have the critical essay where there's a debate going on inside your paper. We have the rhetorical essay where you're not debating, but you're using the rhetorical appeals. And this rhetoric thing has been studied for thousands of years. So, well, let's get to the paper. So here we have the normal things. Attention grabber, body paragraphs, conclusion paragraph. Attention grabber, main points and thesis for your introduction paragraph, your body paragraphs, and your conclusion paragraph. In this essay, you will dedicate, as you see here, you'll dedicate each body paragraph to a specific rhetorical appeal. So one would be ethos, one would be pathos, one would be logos. Keep this in mind. The way that you do this most effectively is that your topic sentence must reflect that rhetorical appeal. But when you do your topic sentence, don't say, this is ethos for my topic on legalizing marijuana in the United States. Nobody should be doing marijuana papers because they're banned. Don't do it. Instead of saying this is ethos, you'll say, many prominent figures have discussed reasons to legalize marijuana in the United States, and that would be ethos. And you'll see why shortly. So you could write this whole paper without inserting any research. You're able to do that for this paper, but there's extra credit for this paper too. So you can just write a 5-paragraph essay. Don't worry about citations or quotes or works cited page, or you can do the extra credit. Right now, you should be able to, right now, you can get up to 24 points extra credit, but I think I'm going to add something to it to make it 29, which is the perfect works cited page. I forgot to put that in there. So I'll add that after the video. So if you do 3 quotation sandwiches in this paper, you'll get 7 points. You're used to quotation sandwiches by now. They should be in your critical essay. If you do a block quote, you'll get 3 points. If you do a block quote and 2 quotation sandwiches, you'll get 10 points. The block quote is extra credit because it's not something that I specifically went over with you. So if you just do a Google search, how to do a block quote in MLA and insert it in there, then you get those extra credit points. If your paper is in third person, all third person, so all your pronouns are third person pronouns, that's plus 3 points. If you don't use contractions, if you say will not instead of won't throughout your whole paper, that's another 3 points. If you have perfect MLA, as far as like not including the works cited page. So everything above the works cited page, if it's all good MLA format, plus 3 points. If you turn in this paper anytime before Wednesday, before the due date, then, so anytime before Wednesday, so up to 11:59 p.m., you get 5 points extra credit. Let's see, and I'm going to add on there a perfect works cited page if you decide to add research to it. And I think that'll be another 5 points because works cited pages. For a couple of you did it perfectly on your rough drafts for the critical essay, and I was impressed because the works cited pages, the formatting and stuff can be tricky especially if you're copying and pasting from Galileo. All right, so that's what's up with the rhetorical essay. Now, to talk about rhetoric. When you think about rhetoric, think about persuasion, because that's what it is. Rhetoric means persuasion. Oftentimes when you hear this word rhetoric, you hear it in the form of rhetorical, as in a rhetorical question. The whole point of a rhetorical question is to persuade the person that you're asking the question to think other than what they're thinking. So my favorite example of this is when adults would ask teenagers something like, what do you think, I'm stupid? And the teenager is not supposed to answer that question. It's supposed to make the teenager rethink thinking that the adult is stupid. So that's a rhetorical question. It's not meant to be answered. It's meant to persuade you to think other than what you're thinking. And that's what persuasion is for. That's what rhetoric is all about. It's all about making your audience think or feel a certain way that you intend for them to think or feel. And historically, as studies in rhetoric go, there are 3 major ways that we influence people to think or feel what we want them to think or feel. One is logos. Logos, when you think about logos, you can think about logic. So logic, logical reasoning, anything that has to do with statistics, numbers, hard facts, that's going to fall under logos. Another way that we persuade people is pathos. Pathos is the emotional appeal. So logos is the logical appeal. Pathos is the emotional appeal. And with pathos, anytime someone's trying to persuade you and they're talking about emotions, feelings, love, hate, happy, sad, if they have like puppies and kittens and babies in their advertisement, and the point is to try to get you to go, "Aw," then that's pathos. If we're talking about feelings or we're trying to elicit feelings or get you to emote, then that's going to be pathos. And the third way that we persuade people is with ethos. So we have logos, which is the logical appeal, pathos, which is the emotional appeal, and we have ethos, which you can think about ethics when you think about ethos. You can say ethos is the ethical appeal. So ethos covers probably the most, is probably the broadest appeal. So when you think about ethos and you think about persuading people ethically, think about ethics, think about morality. If you say something is right or wrong or good or bad, then you're using ethos. Ethos deals with character. So character, and there's another word that usually pops up in textbooks, character and credibility. So for example, I'm going to use marijuana, the marijuana argument, since nobody's allowed to write about that. There was, when I did used to allow these papers, people would bring up the fact that Bill Clinton is a US president who said that he smoked marijuana. His saying was that he smoked, but he did not inhale. Like that was his saying. But an argument that people wouldn't make is that Bill Clinton, someone who rose to the highest office in the land, used marijuana, and he was the #1 citizen in the country. They're using his character or his credibility to help make their argument. A lot of times when you hear about credibility, it's the author who's writing the article, giving their credentials so that you can know that they are worthy of you listening to them. So we have, in ethos, we have ethics, morality, character, credibility, and we have, along with character comes characteristics. So if you're describing the thing, describing the characteristics of the thing, usually when you do that, you are trying to give credibility to the thing. So characteristics also falls under ethos. So what I would like you to do is to take the little introduction I gave you and keep it in your head and watch the video that comes after this one. It's called Rhetoric for Kids, but it's not really for kids. It's a video that a student did. It wasn't one of my students, but student videos, you know, I like to show them. So if you make a video of something and I can use it for class, let me know. Watch the video. This is a video, Rhetoric for Kids is a video that you only want to watch once. And that's because it's I don't know, it's kind of hard to watch. But every time I show someone the video, they know what rhetoric is and what the rhetorical appeals are, and it's stuck in their heads. So get it stuck in your head. So watch the videos. You can ask any questions that you need to ask me. Come by the office hours. I will be in the classroom this week, so come on through and let's get it done.